I think if he wanted to be DJing, he would still be DJing, and I think he was already sort of at a point where he was just getting massive. He was starting to play all over the world. People were starting to, understand what he was doing musically. And yeah, I think if he was happy to do it, people like Carl Cox are still DJing now. I mean, I'm 52 now, and I'm still happy going out and doing it. And I think if he still had the, which I'm sure he would do, still had the enthusiasm and joy for it that he always had, he would stop when he wanted to stop. So I definitely think he would still be DJing.
I don't know. I think he'd have been involved in music somewhere because it was his love. I don't think he probably would have been DJing, but maybe more on the production side, I have no idea. But of course he had his studio here in the Custard Factory, so he probably would have always have done that, I presume, yeah. And I think he would have always been involved in music, but to what extent, I don't know.
Tony would be living in Los Angeles doing film scores. That is what he wanted to do. He was interested, and he said, he used to laugh about jingles. He said, so easy to do. I think he would be possibly one of the top 10 DJs in the world, and I think he would be living in Los Angeles.
Well, I'm 10 years or thereabouts younger than Tony would have been today, and I'm still very busy in DJing, yet sort of 20 years ago, if you'd said to me, would I be DJing now, when I've recently gone into my 50s, I would have laughed clean in your face. But the reality is that there was no kind of, back then, there were no DJs whose careers lasted that long, but as has transpired, I think Tony would still have been very busy now. Tony's unique sound would be called for. He would probably have a combination of legacy fans, i.e. people that had seen him first time round in the 90s, sort of coming back out to play, so to speak, but also his kind of brand image and his reputation would undoubtedly have generated a new legion of fans. So there's no question that if Tony wanted still to be DJing at 61, God rest his soul, if he was still around now, then he certainly would have had the work to do so.
I think he'd certainly be DJing. I think he'd be doing, if Carl Cox is still DJing, then Tony would be still DJing.